Good evening and welcome to Apex Esports League. I'm JT, bringing you the final round of the Pagnian Advanced Simulation Street Stock Cup. It's going to be seeing us head over to Phoenix Raceway. That is the legacy version of the track. It's the 2008 layout, and the session has 10 minutes of practice, 10 minutes of qualifying, a 40-minute race. It's mostly cloudy, time of day is morning, and there's a fuel cap of 36%, meaning the cars will need to stop to finish out the race. And our standings coming into the final round, we have Ricky Bunt leading the way on 500 points, but only leading 40 points ahead of Ryan Carlson. And it's still pretty close, only another 6 points away to Matthew Fu and Andrew Rushworth, so not too far behind. So there's going to be the decider tonight, and the Street Stocks will finish it out on the oval. Last week for round 2, we're on the circuit for Lime Rock Park, and it was Ryan Carlson that came through with a clean sweep, taking pole position, the fastest lap bonus points, and taking the race win. And checking out the track for Phoenix, it is 1.62 kilometers, and it's going to be a good fun one to see out here. We have drivers loading in and setting down those times already, so we'll cross over and see how they're going in the practice. If you're joining us for the stream, jump in the chat, don't be shy, say g'day. That was a drift by Andrew Rushworth. Drifting the Eagle around Phoenix. Series leader Ryan Bunt. Looks like it's going to be a tight fight with Ryan Carlson chasing Bunt for the championship. There's already just under 3 tenths difference between the two in their first laps at Phoenix tonight. Carlson's got the pace at the oval to be able to put it to Bunt. Could be able to take the win tonight. It's only a smaller field out there so far. There could be a less likely chance of incident if they're going to come down just to good hard racing now. John Wade setting the 4th quickest time. Just over 3 tenths away from current quickest time of 31.4. Very nice run by Wade out to that wall. Just picked up in a slip stream with David Simmons ahead. Starts to come down though. That's unsettled. Wade off into the wall. Nicholas Martin. Just under half a second from Bunt's time. No, that's just improved it. Moves up a spot. And it's Brad Hayes going for the drifts around here now as well. Rushworth said he would be finishing out with some impressive drifts for us, so we did manage to catch that straight at the start of the stream. And it just sets a time there. Still keeps that drift. He's going for a spin down low. A couple more drivers joining in now. Matthew Fu just joining the server. Kurt Heath loading in, but not quite in the session. No real change in times up there between Ryan Bunt and Ryan Carlson. Not sure if that was a little tap there from teammate right at the end for a bit of fun, or if that was intentional there from Ryan Bunt, just to go for a bit of a slip right at the end of the session. 10 minutes of qualifying now. Another driver joining in now as well. Andrew O'Leary joining the session. You believe a debut appearance as well. So welcome to the league, Andrew, and all the best of luck tonight. Kurt Heath's loaded into the session now. First times coming through. Rushworth with a 31.591. Ryan Bunt off a pretty quick one, straight off the mark. 10th difference. Similar positions again from the practice. Nicholas Martin just keeps back up the spot. Ollie coming into the pits. We'll jump on board with our series leader for a lap around Phoenix. An approach to a lap. Caught off here. Practicing is going to bring car in and get to go for a full lap around. Or else can catch for a lap around. Just about where Bunt just pulled up. Scrape of the wall by Simmons. Bit of a drift there for Simmons. I think he's having fun with the car. They're going to be looking for a spot to be able to stack it for us as well at the end of the session. Bunt still holding pole, but there's been movement to the positions underneath. Brad Hayes, P2. Nicholas Martin in P3. Ryan Carlson sitting back and look at that, 2 spots on there at the same point. That was 0.146 for Carlson and Martin at that point. And that's just changed 1/10 away. A very quick pace from Bunt still. Bunt absolutely dominated in round 1 at the Oval. And still making podium for round 2. That's the more unlucky round for Ryan Carlson in round 1. Making for an interesting decider for us tonight. Pit entry practice Wade, by the look of it. And qualifying drifts by Rushworth. Rub off the wall. I think it's Kurt Heath's car. 809 is Kurt Heath. Currently qualifying in position 6. Qualifying time of 31.6. On the cam with Matthew Fu. Now 206 before the turn in. Controlling that car through the corner. The tyre wear is going to play a part here, trying to prevent that tyre fade. One minute left to go in qualifying. That'll be our final qualifying for 2024 as well, not just this series. Ryan Bunt still holds pole. There's not been a whole lot of movement in those positions. There's been slight improvements to times, but it's just so tight. It wouldn't take much to be able to shave a bit of time off. Just a perfect, well-timed lap to get in that draft at the right opportunity. 10 seconds left. Can pole be taken by Carlson? And there's qualifying points adding to the championship standings. Every position is going to be edging them closer to taking that lead. There's qualifying done. Ryan Bunt holds. Carlson finishes the last time lap. Having no movement. Let the fun begin for the drivers now. And just let's crash. We'll have a see if we can go back and see a crash for Simmons. No, it's actually going to kick us out of the session completely, so we better take a look at these qualifying results. There we are, the final qualifying for 2024 for the Pagnian Advanced Simulation Street Stock Cup final round at Phoenix Raceway. Ryan Bunt takes pole position, and then the rest of the field then follows by Ryan Carlson, Brad Hayes, Andrew Rushworth, Nicholas Martin, Kurt Heath, Matthew Fu, Jeff Arnold, John Wade, Stephanie Piccoli, Andrew O'Leary, and David Simmons. And there will be a random safety car applied to tonight's round as well. We'll introduce that to last week's round. The car came in at 15-minute mark of the race. Safety car. Take him around, ready to go for green for the last time for the year. Safety car to come in and race start handed over to Ryan Bunt. Safety car's in.
Green flag, green flag.
That's a decent pull away. Oh, contact. Brad Hayes and Nicholas Martin touching. Oh, Ryan Carlson. Oh, what's going on for Ryan Bunt? Carlson came flying through. It's like all the power is just lost for Bunt. And a blink. I think that was Nicholas Martin's car. A side-by-side between Ryan Carlson and Brad Hayes still. Wow, there was a big netcode contact between the two there. There was a car width between the two. Ryan Bunt starting to be able to pull ahead. Carlson sitting hot tight on the tail of Hayes. They're almost trying for a bump draft. Carlson's lined up to that inside line. It's going to sneak through, especially with a rear slip from Hayes. Nicholas Martin, Andrew Rushworth also peeking around to try and find a spot through. They've actually got a good little bunch up there. Well, they've pulled away from P6. Simmons gets an inside line pass over O'Leary as the car veers outward. Oh, touch to the rear. Arnold holds the car. Heifer holds the car. And Wade made big ground there. Flew straight up, getting the pass over Piccoli. Charging on towards Arnold and Heath. Sure. The drop from Hayes. He's got caught on a bad line. Car seems to be okay. And two different looking paints here for Carson's car. Let's be showing the base iRacing paint through. The race leader is Ryan Bunt, winning for its first 7 laps so far, 3.5 minutes in. Starting to push out nearly a second. Ron Carson will be doing a tough game to try and close in on Bunt at this point. And with no draft for Carlson, Martin and Rushworth can just stick to each other here, stay in that slipstream and not worry about contesting too much. They'll be able to close that gap in a little bit. Oh, what a rear slip from Martin. Oh, and it balks Rushworth. Martin's just going to tuck in here and just coast along. Save that fuel. Save those tyres. Arnold positioned up to the inside, but it's not quite enough. I think those sparks were from Heath's car. It wasn't actually quite close. There is fallen a few seconds back from Piccoli. Gap not quite securing Bont into a comfy position yet. Every lap's got to be spectacular here. Hey Mark, thanks for jumping on. Track temp 25 degrees. Brad Hayes right on the tail of Nicholas Martin. What a good drive. That race lead gap extending now with 3 temps on top. Ryan Bunt starting to pull away more. And a bit of a defensive game starting to form up for Carlson. There's a blink for Piccoli. And there goes another one. Hayes and Nicholas Martin still sitting at that same gap. Almost a quarter of the way through.
Caution, yellow flag.
There's our random safety car. That's going to cause havoc for the fuel game if their strategies aren't quite ready for it. They're going to be diving in pretty hard. We won't be reducing laps on our safety cars. And pushing and shoving door to door between Rushworth and Carlson. Someone was trying to choose to go in. Bunt and I think just about half the field decides to stay out. What's Wade going to do? Doesn't follow suit. Carlson goes in. This is going to be just to try and hold out for tyres. Those drivers that have pulled in, they got to last 30 minutes out on those tyres. Rushworth comes into the pits now. There's numerous strategies going on. It's just a quick dash for tyres and a bit of a splash, and then they'll plan to do it again later. Safety car comes in. Race handed over to Ryan Bunt.
Green, green, green.
Gets away to a very nice start. Then here comes fresh tyres for Ryan Carlson. So already making up big ground. Door to door with Hayes. There's been a crash for Wade. There is looking to have some damage that's come in as well. It's likely that Carlson's definitely getting around Bunt. He's out there on fresh rubber. And then the force stop will still have to happen for Ryan Bunt. Bunt did make the comment that took tyres but didn't really need to take tyres in round one. So he's got some good control of the tyres. So if that's the case, even on the larger track like Phoenix, means it could be saving a lot more time and coming back in the pit. It's going to have to be banking on a lot of tyre fade for Carlson over these next 25 minutes. Bunt just ahead. Just gets into the racing line. Bunt's going to be needing a little bit of assistance from behind here. Carlson on these fresh tyres. He's going to be itching to get past. And if Bunt can drive same pace that was being set before, it's going to make it quite hard for Carlson still. And may just even cook those tyres a bit more, trying to chase that lead. May even pay for Carlson to just sit back and tuck in at this point, knowing that Bunt may have to go into the pits. Right up the tail of Bunt. It's not the side we're looking for. The right side, there we go. Battle for P8 between Simmons and Piccoli. Oh, a little bit of a tap, I think. That was close. That could have been disastrous for both. And Rushworth jumping to the pits just before the race restart. Definitely costing, pushing back down into P10. Heath holds off on the high. Very different lines between the two. Battle for the lead still continues. Even jumping forward and try and see what tyre life may be going on during these laps for these two drivers. Oh, that's going to be costly. Drags the wall. There's a lot more seesaw going on for Carlson over Bunts. That tyre life is definitely going to cause concern for Carlson later on. Big smash for Piccoli. And a crash for Rushworth as well. Turns Simmons around and catches Rushworth. Wade also caught up in that. Chubby Jane into the pits for those four. Cole in, Rushworth in, Wade in, and Simmons. across the halfway point. 37 laps done. Who's in the pits? Simmons still going. And the drivers talking about the auto fuel in these cars as well. There's no auto fuel option. They've got to do their calculation and stop the fuel as it's needed during the stop. Hayes coming into the pits. Hayes not having pit under the safety car. Here goes change of the lead. Ryan Carlson moves into the lead. Oh, Simmons ends up moving into Carlson. Carlson recovers. So lap traffic getting put in between two race leaders. And now sees our biggest mover in the race, which is Jeff Arnold, now up into P2. And Arnold did come in and pit. Coming pit on lap 20. As did Carlson and Nicholas Martin. So a very lucky incident for Ryan Carlson. Lost the race lead. Still in P3. And more movement with 7 positions gained now for Jeff Arnold to move up into race lead. In lap 43, 24 minutes of the 40-minute race. Our series leader in for a later stop. It takes quite a while to fuel these cars. It's going to depend on how many laps down Bunt's going to get into here. Strategy that Bunt's going for here. This could cost him the championship if it doesn't pay off. A very tight gap between P1 and P2 in this series coming into the final round. No, fairly close. Just now the qualifying, it's going to come down to fastest lap bonus points as well. No real contest for position here. Drivers have really mixed up. Only the first 3 drivers on the lead lap. Bunt journeying out of the pits now. That's put 3 laps behind. There's 14 minutes to try and catch back up. And fresh rubber. If the box time was pretty quick, mightn't be too drastic. That was a very long stop. Minute 21 from Ryan Bunt. So I'm not sure if that was potential pit speeding penalty as well. See why having fallen a fair bit behind now. And it's definitely going to be tight for the fastest lap of the race. And seeing 31.4, actually no, 31.45 is the fastest lap. That was a 31.46, which is both by Ryan Carlson and Ryan Bunt. We've got 31.45 by Andrew Rushworth. Bunt's probably going to be having to find about 30 points difference here to catch to Carlson. That means Carlson's going to be needing to push ahead a bit more, close that gap to Arnold, secure the bigger points, and put another car in between himself and Bunt. Otherwise, that's then also going to be opening up some movement here from Matthew Fu, sitting third in the championship. Oh, solid hit. We're seeing some really big times here. 31.48 just done by Ryan Bunt. That's about a second to half a second quicker than all the others out there at the moment. That's just from coming into that later pit stop and being out there on the fresher rubber. So that may be enough to try and close in some gap. Take a look down through the field. Currently P12, David Simmons. John Wade, P11. Andrew O'Leary, P10. P9, Andrew Rushworth. Stephanie Piccoli, P8. Ryan Bunt, P7. 6 spots down after that pit stop. Curtis, P6. Simmons and O'Leary in the pits. Brad Hayes, P5. Matthew Fu, P4. In P3, Nicholas Martin. I can hear some coasting going on. So the fuel stop didn't work, I'm guessing. Must have been enough. A bit too early to grab that first stop. Wonder if that's the same boat for Carlson. Or if just the fuel stop for Martin didn't go quite the plan. was only a 27-second box time for Carlson, Arnold, and Martin when they came in on lap 20. So that was at the 10-minute mark. Yeah. Sure, if things are getting dire, if Martin's just trying to save a little bit of fuel here and there. No real slowing down here for Arnold, absolutely pushing out there. And holding a decent gap ahead of Carlson for a while. Kevin Hayes closing together. Oh, he's going to get up alongside on the low side. Not quite. I think there's a wall strike for Hayes. Less than 8 minutes to go now. Jeff Arnold, our race leader. And qualified in P8. And running out in the lead for a little while now. That gap's starting to be dropped though. Carlson's reeling in Arnold. No, has to come into the pits. The early stop definitely not paying off. Slightly delayed entry to the pits by Rushworth, but he has had to come back in and use a second stop already to use the fast repair. So if it was needing fuel at all, I'm sure it would have been topped up. It's probably be a little bit of ground made up. Would be eager to try and catch up this ground now. There's a 3-lap deficit to make up. I don't think that's going to be done. So there was the very long pit stop for Bunt. It's going to be all about getting as close to Carlson as possible for Bunt in this game now. There's also Fu a lap back. And Jeff Arnold breaks off for a second stop. Nicholas Martin currently fuel saving. Going to be currently in the lead. Have 10 seconds. It's going to be about who can do this in one stop. Martin came in quite early with Carlson. And Carlson's taken that fuel already. Martin's been fuel saving for a fair few laps. Might have been the strategy from that point. Just keep fuel saving after that stop. Could potentially pay off. There's only 3.5 minutes left to the race. Nicholas Martin has 6.5 seconds just about over Ryan Carlson. Nicholas Martin doing extremely well. Not even sure that was even going to be able to race. Pushing back to get through. Weeks worth of updates. And there were some big ones as well just to be able to get into the race. And has been running in the lead. The back end of the race. 2 minutes to go. Fuel saving. In a 5-second lead. Can it be done for Martin? Actually, impressive drift there from Simmons. Nicely held. Bunce recovered some laps, but not enough with 2 minutes to go. Should still be a podium championship finish for Bunt. And looks like a potential series steal in the final for Carlson. Closing in on Martin hard now. Side by side. A minute left on the clock. So it's only a couple of laps that Martin had to be able to hold on for here. The tyres would be absolutely shredded up over the course of that stint. And trying to fuel save. Mustn't be enough to be able to hold in. But to still be able to bring in a podium from it would be great. Hayes and Bunt sitting together. 10 seconds left. It'll be white flag, depending on where we are in this lap. Gonna get an extra lap, potentially. Not checkered flag. Race win goes to Ryan Carlson. Let's slide out and smash for Piccoli in the background. Martin holds on. Fuel saving paid off. P2. There was only a couple of laps left in it and it would have been a race win. And also in podium, P3, Jeff Arnold. Fantastic drive there as well. So that's most positions gained and moved up 5 spots. Matthew Fu in P4. Fifth, Ryan Bunt in 6th. Brad Hayes in 7th. Rushworth 8th. Coley 9th. And Wade taking up. Nice burnout on the line. Ryan Carlson take the final round win. And we'll take a look at the qualifying results now. So not qualifying race results, it might be the right word. Reading what my mouse was pointing over. There we are, the final results for the final round of the year, as well as the series. So for the Pagnian Advanced Simulation Street Stock Cup final round at Phoenix Raceway, our race winner is Ryan Carlson. And then also on the podium, P2, Nicholas Martin, and in P3, Jeff Arnold. We then have Matthew Fu, Ryan Bunt, Kurt Heath, Brad Hayes, Andrew Rushworth, Stephanie Piccoli, John Wade, Andrew O'Leary, David Simmons in P12. Now, let's come for a chat, move them all in. And congratulations all.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Solid drive out there.
It was good fun.
Yeah, that was full on.
Oh, it's a good race.
Yeah, it was.
I thought I had you for most of that, Ryan, but
Yeah, you
I
only,
knew after the
you only
first
needed
safety
a couple
car
more
that I was
laps.
going to get you.
I had enough fuel at the end that I could have done one more lap, so I saved too much. But
Oh, you did.
but
Very close. Still good to save out and take second, though.
Yeah, running back in what 7th, I had nothing to lose. So
Yeah. When did you start saving? As soon as you left the pits?
yeah. So
Yep.
safety car
That-
came out and I was saving.
I think it's maybe the only one. Oh no,
Yeah, only
there's-
one to
there's-
do it.
Yeah.
Do it from the safety car anyway. A bunch of people did a one stop that didn't pit under safety car. So
Yeah. Yep. Well done. It was going to be an interesting one. I saw his dive off, and whether that was going to bite you for it later, but held off and still be alongside, even with like you, Ryan, jumping in and taking the second stop. So all the strategies working differently and working out for you as well.
Yeah, it was definitely cool. Sorry, Nick, before when you said that you nearly had me, I thought you were Ryan Bunn.
nah,
Did he not finish on the podium?
No.
Oh,
nah,
right.
he got a stop and
P5.
hold coming into the pits. So
Yeah, he sped in the pits, yeah.
Oh, no. Well, good for me, but not for him.
No.
Oh, jeez.
Costly mistake for a potential
Oh,
series loss.
Oh, I missed him by 10.
Oh, he still held.
Yeah. Spewing.
He closed it in just enough. He was hitting a fair way back, so it was going to be close.
But yeah, no, Nick, that was definitely that was the best strategy call I've seen. That was Matt Payne level of strategy right there.
Yeah.
That was
with
Actually
29 minutes
impressive.
to go when the safety car ended, I went, yeah, I can make this. And I've had a few races recently where I've gone, yeah, I can make this, and then I come a lap short, and this time I had a lap too much. So
Well, now you've bracketed
got
it at
it.
least, so you know how to do it for the next one.
That's it. Land it in the middle and you'll be right then. It makes it harder
Yeah.
though with the timed race as well.
Yeah.
Because you're
And
always going
ovals
to
are
be
pretty
that.
easy to save fuel.
Yeah.
I think also that early safety car, and I've got no experience really with oval racing, but that early safety car did throw a couple of spanners in the works. It threw a couple of people off. Even in the race in Discord, people were like, "Oh, do we pit? Do we not pit? Do we pit?" And it was
Yeah.
quite indecisive. So I think it was a nice curveball with that early safety car. So
Yeah, definitely mix things up. See half the field
Yeah.
peel off and half stay out, and then one car peeled off just after, and I think that was a bit costly, a delayed decision. But then all the positions sort of mixed back up, and you saw the different plays work out. It was quite interesting.
Yeah, I accidentally took tires right at the end. I couldn't. I race in VR, so I couldn't grab the mouse quick enough
To
to try and
disable it.
unpick the tires. Yeah. So I went from sitting very comfortably in first position with Ryan closing me very very fast, and then I decided I needed some new fresh tires.
Yeah, you're having a good comfy lead out there for quite a while.
It was quite fun. It was quite weird. I don't think I've been out the front in Apex before, so I was quite enjoying the view. But yeah, thanks. At least I
Yeah.
had fresh tires at the end.
Yeah, down those good times. Yeah,
But no, it was good.
you were flying, Ryan, after that stop and closed in back towards the front pretty quick, and then caught up on Ryan Bunt real fast with being out there on the brand new rubber.
Yeah, it doesn't actually have a lot of time difference than new tyres, but you definitely notice it when you're actually racing people.
Yeah,
But I think in
I was able
qualifying, the time I set was a couple of laps in, but
Yeah.
there's a grip difference. You just can't put it to effect until you're racing someone.
yeah.
Yeah, for
About
those
20
couple of
minutes in, you'll
laps,
start to notice.
yeah,
So.
I was able to like stick pace with you at the beginning, Ryan, and then when you changed tires and I hadn't, the crew chief was telling me you'll catch me about 0.1 of a second per lap. So, in the small thing, you'll catch me very quickly. So, those fresh tires made a huge difference.
Yeah, I was wondering what the goal was with that, but I'm definitely glad you didn't put tyres on. I gotta say that.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Oh, 100% it was.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, congratulations on a pretty solid drive. It looked like there was a bit of a big spin between a fair few. Did you just come across as it was clearing, or?
I missed it personally. I don't know about the other boys.
You have to try and
Yeah,
dodge
most
it.
of the time I didn't see anyone actually spinning. I just saw the cars on the side of the track, but they weren't on the racing line or anything like that, so we could avoid it pretty easy.
Yeah.
Off the
So-
restart, I think it was 3 cars come together in front of me and just ducked under them and kept my nose clean. And
Yeah.
Kurt dragged me along for a while, so thanks to Kurt, it was quite handy to have him to just tow me along, save some fuel behind him. So couldn't have done it without him.
Yeah, it was good seeing the little teamworks being set up just to try and close in some gaps and go for it. It was good.
Yeah, talking about teamwork, seeing Hasty nudge me from behind at the start, trying to get me loose so I wouldn't be able to stay up with old Ryan.
He wasn't trying to nudge you, mate. I was nudging him into you, so
There you
that wasn't
go.
intentional. He had no control over where he was going.
The
I was
truth
I was
comes
trying
out.
to put my nose in between the Apex cars, so he was yelling at me. So
It's just for
I
that
still blame the
post,
teamwork.
photo, right? It's just for the photo at the end, yeah? Yeah.
Don't worry, for the photo at the end, I did a nice little skid, so you got a bit of a smoke effect.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, well, he's had a pretty good series for this one as well. It was a nice fun one to finish out the year and get ready to jump over in the 86s in January.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be
Lots of
driving
86s.
those ones.
You can't drive on.
Oh, I probably could, I just don't really want to. I don't like the 86s,
Don't
don't
like
like,
it.
how they drive.
with a prize like that, though, how could you not race in them?
That's it.
It's a win-win. Well, thank you very much, JT. That was
Yep.
that was an absolute bucket load of fun.
Yeah, that was
I
epic.
thought the guys were and Steph were pulling my leg to say that I came third, and I had to quickly check the scoreboard.
Check,
but
have a look.
I'm here. But no, thank you very much. And this season
Yeah.
this year has been absolutely fantastic. So thanks to you and all the Apex team.
Yep, no worries. And congratulations, guys. And I'll hand it over for the shout-outs. Over to you first, Ryan.
Well, I've got to thank Power Wheels Racing and all their sponsors for always supporting me in endurance events. Repco for supporting me financially by me showing up and working, I suppose. But and Chapman's Auto Repairs for everything they still do for me.
Awesome. Over to you, Nick.
I got to thank my hotspot today because 10 minutes before the race I hadn't done the update, so I was updating right till the word go. Internet went down and the hotspot came in clutch.
Yeah, it's good to see you just make that session. I was like, yes, you got it sorted. And over to you, Jeff.
I'm an independent racer, so I'll put my thanks out to the Apex team and to yourself. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeff. Well, congratulations, guys, and all the best of luck in races next year.
Perfect.
Thank
Thanks, JT.
Thank you.
Catches.
See you, mate.
Yeah.
There we have our podium finishes for the final round of the year and the final round of the Pagnian Advanced Simulation Street Stock Cup. And that was Ryan Carlson taking out the final race win, and Nicholas Martin in P2 and Jeff Arnold in P3. And that concludes us for the year and the series. And then we'll be back again next year to kick off a pretty fantastic series. There's 10 rounds coming up in the Toyota GR86, and that's for the Vive Toyota GR86 Cup. And it's going to be a pretty impressive series to see. A big bunch of 86s do battle over 10 weeks of racing, and they're all contesting for some pretty awesome prizes provided by our sponsors at Vive, and then these for a couple of VR headsets. So the Vive Cosmos Elite and also the Vive Cosmos as a lucky draw prize as well. So a championship prize of the Elite and a lucky draw of the Cosmos. So they definitely don't want to be missing out on that one. And you can get involved in all our racing. If you check out our socials, you can get in and jump in and have a chance at winning those fantastic prizes and have a whole lot of fun racing with us at the same time. And then big thanks to everyone that's tuning in over the course of 2024. And it'd be great if you can hit follow if you haven't done so already, so be notified when we go live, as we'll be crossing over into 2025 at a new starting time as well, to be live from 8:05 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. So thank you very much for tuning in tonight and over the year, and look forward to seeing you next time on the opening round on January 20th, 2025 at 8:05 p.m. ADT. And also big thanks to our sponsors and partners helping us throughout the year. That's Pagnian Advanced Simulation, Next Level Racing, Dubby, Fanatic, Razor, Stump Grinding, Central Coast, and Chubby Buns Burgers. And a big welcome to Vive for jumping on with us as well. So thank you very much. Cheers for joining in, and see you next time.